Hi, I am back. I know it's been a while since I've done one of these videos. I've been so busy doing different things. One of the things that we've been working on recently, one of my peers who I am working with has wants to bring awareness to mental health to the community. So she's been working really hard and putting together these mental health symposiums. We had our first one last month in the Covina, and we're having our next one in April 22nd, and it's going to be on depression with teenagers. So recognizing the signs of depression and how to talk to your teenager. So it should be a good talk. I will be one of the speakers there. Again, I was a speaker in the last symposium that we had. It went out well. We didn't have a good high turnout, but I think it's the promoting and get the word out there. But hopefully, as we start doing these, more and more people start showing up. But one of the beauty about it is if you can't make it out there, we will be hosting it online, providing it available online for people who aren't able to show or are not nearby Covina. They can register online. And she decided to make it free. So there's a free event. So it's going to be on April 22nd from 9:30 to 12 o'clock. So please keep an eye on that. I will be promoting that shortly, and I will put it on my website, my different social media. If you don't follow me already, please look for my name and you should be, or you can send me an email or information if you want to know more information, and I can send you. She hasn't sent me the flyers for that, but when she sends me the flyers, I'll be sending those out, and I could give you more information on the location and how to register for that. So please, and I will be putting those videos. I haven't, she said she was going to make those videos available for me. And I hope to be putting them on my YouTube channel as well if you're not able to attend. So that way there's different ways you can get that information on your own time. So please look out for that. So the video I wanted to do today is in dedication to my cousin who lives in North Carolina. She wanted me to talk about grounding because she says, I read your blogs. If you haven't read my blogs, go to my website, virgopsychological.com. And she says, on your blogs, you talk a lot about grounding, specifically having a hot or cold drink while grounding. I have my tea right here. So I told her, oh, she's like, I don't really understand why that's irrelevant or how that helps. So can you explain a little bit more about that? And I said, oh, yeah, that could be a great YouTube video. Let me do a video on that. Because if you have a question, I'm betting other people have questions on that too. So what is grounding? Grounding is using your different sensories to kind of bring yourself to the present and take you outside, take you kind of ground you, how it sounds, ground you, but bring you back to the present, but bring down your anxiety level. So if you think about my where I'm at from 0 to 10 right now, 10 being the highest max you can ever think of, 0 being. If I'm at an 8, a grounding will hopefully bring you down to a 4. So it's to bring you down to your baseline, or what we call maybe even your window of tolerance. So what is window of tolerance? So window of tolerance, so you have the ceiling and then you have the floor effect. And usually our mood fluctuates between that, right? And I might be a little bit irritable, but I'm not outside my window of tolerance. I'm just annoyed, like, oh, I'm really annoyed right now, but I'm still functioning. I'm still kind of making good decisions. I'm not really reacting to my emotions. I might say I'm feeling a little bit irritable right now, but I'm not going outside my window tolerance. When I'm outside my window tolerance, when I'm on the high end, I might be yelling, screaming, kicking, throwing things. I mean, everybody's different, right? Maybe if I have trauma, I might be in a hyper vigilant state where I'm like hyper alert, maybe on guard, maybe I'm having a little bit of a panic attack, or hypo if you're under. Again, if you have trauma, we tend to go into this kind of shutdown mode. And when we're in our shutdown mode, we're dissociating, detaching, maybe depressed. We might be withdrawn. I go into shutdown mode when I'm really upset, and I kind of just stonewall you. I don't really respond. I kind of go into like almost a catatonic state where I'm like really like just shut down, like really like I'm there, but I'm not there. Like I'm not engaging with you. That's kind of my defense mechanism that I had to work through. But everybody's different, so we all have different ways of reacting. But it's when we're outside of our window tolerance, we're going to have either high reaction where we're in a rage, or low where we're depressed or shut down. disengage. Okay, so hopefully when we ground ourselves, that helps us kind of come back within our window of tolerance where we're like in our baseline, where we can like say, whoa, I'm not liking how you're talking to me right now. Please don't talk to me that way. That is more of an assertive way rather than cursing at them or escalating the situation or shutting down or stonewalling. So in one of my blogs, I talk about co-parenting with toxic ex. And in that one, I talk about like using a drink to kind of also slow you down. So sometimes when you're dealing with a toxic ex, or maybe even a toxic boss, a toxic neighbor, somebody that is going to really trigger you, and you know that they tend to be high conflict individuals, and they're going to want to engage in that conflict, but you don't want to engage in that conflict. Having a drink is a way to kind of keep you grounded, to help you stay within your window of tolerance, but it's also a way to kind of slow you down so you're not reacting to whatever's coming up. Because when you're dealing with triggering people, they're going to trigger you. That's what they do. They're going to say things that are going to make us want to respond. But as you know, with high conflict individuals, especially with high conflict individuals, there is no solution based. Like my therapist used to always say, let go of that rope. They're going to want to get into that tug of war with you. And once you're in there, you're not really, there's no resolving anything. It's not like yelling at them, telling them they're being a jerk is not going to resolve. They're not going to all of a sudden say, oh, you're right, I'm being a jerk. I'm sorry. There's no resolving it. Those people have really hard time going to solution mode or rationalizing things because they're really reacting from their emotions at all times, and they're going to pull you into that. So one way to not get dragged into that is by having a hot drink to help you stay grounded, but it also helps you slow down because you can hold your drink as I'm holding it right now, and you can feel the warmth in your hand. Oh, there goes my phone. Sorry, guys. Got to turn that off. But you can feel the warmth in your hand while you're talking to them. And that's the way of keeping you grounded, is just by holding it. Another thing is when you want to respond, before responding, you could just take a drink. By taking a drink, it helps you slow down. You can't talk while you're drinking. And it helps you slow down and notice, how am I feeling right now? Am I in my window of tolerance? Am I shutting down? Am I about to go into a rage? Is this really helpful in the situation right now? And then you can decide, well, maybe I'm feeling like I'm close to that going outside my window of tolerance and I need to excuse myself. And you could just say to them, thank you for that information, and I will get back to you. And then you could leave. Don't stay. Get in your car, walk away. And then send them an email, send them a text with that information. But it gives you time to say, let me remove myself, because you don't have to take abuse. But there's a way to slow you down. Another thing is, I talk about it in my social anxiety. It's a way, again, to keep your window tolerance, to keep you grounded, is by holding it, but also your different sensory, smelling it can sometimes help just calm that. You can smell it. What does it smell like? You can almost taste it when you smell it. Tasting it and then drinking it. Notice the sensations as you drink it. It helps you slow down. So if you want to grab a drink and try it with me, you can try it hot or cold. And remember, if it doesn't work for you, that is okay. Not everything's going to work for everyone. It's about trial and error, finding what works for you. If drinks don't work for you, find something else. I have people who have stress ball that they like to hold on or keep in their pockets, or sometimes keys. I use my keys a lot when I'm in session, because I wear my keys around my, I have a badge and my keys are attached to that. So you'll see me playing with my keys, and it helps me stay grounded, because I tend, and it's not like really to help me stay within my window of tolerance, but that one's more to help me keep focused, because I tend to like get distracted very easily. So it's a way for me to just kind of help me stay focused while I play with my keys when I'm talking to my clients. So it's finding what works for you. So if you have your drink already, I want you to just notice, we're going to practice, okay? I want you to hold it in your hands, how I'm holding mine in my hands right now, and just notice, what does that feel like in your hand? Just take a few seconds and notice what that feels like in my hands, in your hands, I guess. The sensations, the warmth. Okay, and then we're going to smell it. I want you to just smell it. Makes me I can already taste it when I smell it. Notice what that feels like when you smell it. And one of the things I notice as I smell it, it almost makes me take a deep breath. If you watch my other videos, we talk about belly breathing. It's almost a way of taking a breath. And as you know, when we're outside our window tolerance, we tend to go into shorter breaths. So it's a way to bring in the breath. And then I want to try drinking it and just mindfully drink it. Just noticing what that feels like when you drink. And again, try and error. If it doesn't work for you, that's okay. Find out what does work for you. I'll see you guys later. Thank you once again for watching my videos, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll try to bring more videos on.